Between October 1749 and March 1750, thousands of colonial families endured winters so brutal that ink froze mid-sentence, cattle died standing in fields, and survival meant choosing between freezing or starving. The cold was relentless and unforgiving, but for these determined settlers, life somehow continued in rooms with gaps in the walls and no shutters. Here's what life was really like surviving a colonial winter. Before we start, if you use these to fall asleep, hit subscribe so you don't miss any. Comment where you're at and the time too. Kind of fun seeing all the different places. Someone from Iceland commented once and I had to Google what time zone that even is. Okay, tonight it's 1749 Pennsylvania. But wait, are you comfortable? No, really. Check. Pillows, blankets, the whole deal. Where we're going, you'll want to be settled. Your eyes snap open in pure darkness. Not the cozy darkness of your bedroom right now, with your warm blanket and soft mattress. This is different. This is the kind of dark that comes when you're sleeping on a straw mattress in a log cabin with gaps between the planks wide enough to see moonlight through. The first thing that hits you is the cold. Not chilly, not uncomfortable, cold like someone dumped a bucket of ice water over your entire body while you slept. Your breath comes out in thick white clouds. You can literally see each exhale hanging in the air in front of your face. You're 13 years old. Your name is William. And you've just woken up on January 21st, 1750, in Raccoon, New Jersey. The straw mattress beneath you is frozen stiff in places where your body heat didn't reach. You can feel every piece of straw poking through the rough linen sheet. Your wool blanket is thin, like stupidly thin. Back home in England, this would have been what you gave to a dog. But here, this is what you've got. Your older sister Martha is already awake. You can hear her teeth chattering from the other straw mattress across the room. She's 14 and she's trying not to cry. You know because you can hear these little hiccup sounds she makes when she's fighting it. "William," she whispers. Her voice is shaking. "I can't feel my toes." "Wiggle them," you whisper back. "I am wiggling them." "Well, that's not great." The walls of your cabin are rough-hewn logs. Your father built this place with his own hands when you arrived from England 2 years ago. He did his best, but there are gaps, actual gaps between the logs where the chinking has fallen out. You can see slivers of pre-dawn light coming through in about 15 different places. Back in England, even the poorest cottages had proper walls, thick stone, plaster, something. Here, you're basically sleeping in a fancy pile of sticks. And there are no shutters on the windows. Zero. None. Your father keeps saying he'll make some. Been saying it for 8 months now. Meanwhile, the wind just blows straight through the oiled paper that covers the window holes. It makes this whistling sound at night. Like ghosts. Or like the land itself is trying to tell you to go back to England. You pull the blanket up to your chin. It doesn't help. The cold is everywhere. It's in the air you breathe. It's in the wooden floor beneath you. It's seeping through every gap in the walls like water through a sieve. Your stomach growls. When did you last eat? Yesterday at midday, you had some cornmeal mush. That was it. One meal. Your mother keeps saying the food supplies need to last until spring. Spring is still 2 months away. 2 months. 60 days of this. You do the math in your head and immediately wish you hadn't. From somewhere across the single room that makes up your entire house, you hear your father cough. It's a wet, rattling cough. He's been sick for 3 days now. Your mother keeps putting warm compresses on his chest, but they go cold almost instantly in this house. The room you're in right now, it's everything. Kitchen, bedroom, living space, storage. All of it. One room, maybe 20 feet by 15 feet. There's a stone fireplace on the far wall, but it went out sometime in the night, because of course it did. Your father was supposed to bank it properly before bed, pack it with ash to keep the coals alive till morning, but he was coughing so hard he could barely stand, so the fire died, and now the inside of your house is basically the same temperature as outside, which, if Peter Kalm's thermometer is right, is about 7 3/4 degrees below freezing, Fahrenheit. You don't know what Fahrenheit means exactly, but you know it's bad when water turns to solid ice inside the bucket by your bed. Speaking of which, you glance at the wooden bucket near the door. There's a skin of ice on top of the water that's at least a 1/4 inch thick. You watched your mother fill that bucket just before bed last night. Fresh water from the well. Now it's frozen solid enough that you could probably stand on it. Not that you're going to try. You're cold, not stupid. Your younger brother Samuel is still asleep somehow. He's 8, small for his age. He's curled up in a ball under his section of the blanket you all share, and you can see his whole body shivering, even in sleep. You need to get up. You need to start the fire. You're the oldest boy, which means this is your job now that your father is sick. But the thought of leaving this mattress, as uncomfortable and frozen as it is, makes you want to cry just like Martha. Outside, you can hear wind. It's not howling exactly, more like this steady, constant push against the cabin walls, like the winter itself is leaning against your house, testing it, seeing if it'll hold. Through one of the bigger gaps in the wall, you can see the sky starting to lighten. Dawn's coming, which means you're already behind. Your mother taught you the routine. Fire first, always fire first. Without fire, you're dead. Simple as that. But to start the fire, you need to get out of bed. And to get out of bed means exposing yourself to air so cold it feels like it has teeth. You take a breath. The air burns going down your throat. Back in your warm bed right now, in your heated house. You probably can't even imagine this. You've got central heating, insulation, double-paned windows. You're in your soft pajamas under your thick comforter, and if you get cold, you just turn up the thermostat. William doesn't have a thermostat. William has a pile of kindling and a prayer. You swing your legs over the side of the straw mattress. The movement makes the whole thing crackle and shift. Your feet hit the wooden floor and you actually gasp out loud. It's like stepping on ice, because it basically is ice. There's frost on the floorboards, actual frost, inside your house. You're wearing the same clothes you wore yesterday, the same clothes you've worn for the past week actually. A rough linen shirt, wool breeches that are more holes than wool at this point, and stockings that your mother has darned so many times they're basically just a collection of patches held together by hope. You stand up. Every muscle in your body is screaming at you to get back under that blanket. Your legs are shaking, not from fear, from actual physical cold. Your body is burning every bit of energy it has just to keep you from freezing solid. The fireplace is about 10 feet away, might as well be 10 miles. You shuffle toward it, and each step makes this weird crunching sound because there's frost on the floor inside your house. Worth repeating. Next to the fireplace, there's a small wooden box where you keep the char cloth. That's your fire starting kit. You need char cloth, flint, steel, and kindling, in that order. Screw up any part of that sequence and you're looking at another hour of cold while you try again. Your hands are shaking as you kneel in front of the cold fireplace. There's ash from last night's fire, but no coals, nothing alive. You're starting from scratch. You pull out a piece of char cloth. It's about the size of your palm, black, crumbly. Your father made it last month by burning linen in a closed pot. You don't really understand the science, but you know it catches sparks like nothing else. You grab the flint and steel. Now comes the fun part. You strike the steel against the flint. Nothing. Strike again. Nothing. Your hands are so cold you can barely hold the steel. Strike, strike, strike. On the 6th try, you get a spark. It lands on the char cloth and immediately starts glowing. This tiny orange ember in the darkness. You cup your hands around it like it's the most precious thing in the world, because right now it is. You bring it to your pile of kindling. Dried grass, small twigs. You blow on it gently. Too hard and you'll blow it out. Too soft and it won't catch. The grass starts to smoke, then a small flame, then another. The kindling catches. You add slightly bigger sticks, then bigger ones. You're building this fire like you're building a tiny wooden house. Careful, methodical. One mistake and the whole thing collapses. 5 minutes later, you have an actual fire going. The warmth hits your face and you almost cry from relief. It's not much. Not yet, but it's something. It's the difference between freezing to death and just being miserably cold. Good job, William, your mother's voice from behind you. She's awake, probably has been the whole time. She doesn't sleep much these days. She's 34 years old and looks 50. The colonies do that to people. Age them like milk left in the sun. Her hands are red and cracked from cold. Her face is thin, too thin. Nobody's eating enough. How's father? You ask. Sleeping, she says, which is code for still sick, but what can we do about it? Colonial medicine is basically hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Got a cough? Hope it goes away. Cut your hand? Hope it doesn't get infected. Break a bone? Hope it heals straight. That's the system. There's a doctor in Philadelphia, about 30 miles away. Might as well be 300. You can't travel in this weather. The roads are sheets of ice. Your horse, Bess, is old and tired. She'd probably die trying to make that trip. So your father either gets better on his own, or he doesn't. Your mother moves to the fireplace and starts adding bigger logs. She knows how to build a fire that'll last. She's been doing this her whole life. First in England, now here. We need water, she says. You know what that means. The well is outside, and outside is where the cold lives. You look at the door. It's just a rough wooden door with leather hinges. There are gaps around the edges big enough to stick your finger through. You can see daylight coming through in thin lines. I'll get it, you say, because what else are you going to say? Your mother hands you the wooden bucket, the one that had frozen water in it. She's already dumped the ice outside. The bucket is empty, cold. When you grab the handle, it burns your hand with cold. You walk to the door. Put your hand on the rough wood, take a breath, and step outside into a winter that's trying to kill you. The cold hits you like a physical wall, like walking face first into a frozen river. Your eyes immediately start watering. The tears freeze on your cheeks before they can fall. The sky is this pale, washed-out blue. Not the pretty blue of a spring morning, the cold blue of a sky that's forgotten what warmth means. The sun is just starting to peek over the trees in the distance, and it looks weak, tired, like it's given up trying to warm this frozen land. Snow covers everything, about 6 inches deep, like Peter Kalm measured. It's the 3rd snow this month. Each one comes, sticks around for a few days, then melts. Then another comes, then another. It's like the winter can't make up its mind whether to stay or go, so it just keeps coming back. Your breath makes huge white clouds in front of your face. You've never seen your breath this thick. It's like you're breathing out smoke. The well is about 50 feet from your cabin, 50 feet through snow that comes up to your shins. You're not wearing shoes, can't afford to get them wet, so you're walking barefoot through snow that's well below freezing. Your feet go numb almost instantly. That's probably for the best. Each step makes this crunching sound. The snow has a crust of ice on top from melting and refreezing. It cuts into your feet with each step. You can see your cabin from here. It looks small, rough. The logs are grey. There's smoke starting to come from the stone chimney now that your mother's built up the fire. It's the only sign of life. Around you, the forest is dead silent. No birds, no animals, nothing. Everything with any sense has either gone south or is hibernating. The trees are bare, just black branches against white snow against pale blue sky. It's beautiful in a way that wants you dead. The well is just a hole in the ground lined with stones. Your father and the other men from the settlement built it last summer, dug down about 20 feet until they hit water. Now there's a wooden cover on top to keep snow out and a rope with a bucket attached. You lift the cover. The rope is frozen stiff, like a thick wooden stick. You have to bend it manually to get it to move. Your hands are already going numb. You lower the bucket down into the darkness. You can hear it hit water or ice. You're not actually sure which. You pull it back up. The bucket comes up half full of water with chunks of ice floating in it. Some of the ice is thick, like solid thick. You have to break it up with your fingers before you can pour the water into your bucket. Your fingers are white, not pink. White. That's bad. You know that's bad. But you've got water now, so you head back to the cabin. 50 feet through the snow, your feet have gone completely numb. You can't feel them at all. You're just watching them move and trusting they're still attached to your legs. You stumble through the door and kick it shut behind you. The fire's going strong now. Your mother's added enough wood that actual heat is starting to fill the room. You set the bucket down near the fireplace. Your hands are shaking so hard you almost drop it. Get your feet by the fire, your mother says, not asks, orders. You sit on the floor and stick your feet toward the flames. The feeling comes back in stages. First, nothing, then pins and needles, then actual pain. Your feet hurt so bad you have to bite your lip to keep from yelling. This is just morning, just getting water. This is every single day. Martha is up now, standing by the fire. Samuel is still asleep somehow. Your father is awake but lying down, watching all of this from his mattress across the room. His face is grey.